Danny flexing here at the famous Salisbury ABC, the Solly, with Matty Rennie. Matty, you've had 2 fights so far as a pro. You're one of the first pros from this gym. What does it mean to you to be one of the first pros from such a well-known gym?
Yeah, it's good. You know, obviously everyone knows the Solly. Everyone around England. I've been to, as an amateur, I went to the Haringey up in London, and I remember a lad coming over and we all had the Solly tops on, and he was like, "Oh, after you're done with the tournament, can I grab a top off you?" And it just shows you how big.
Did you let him have it?
I didn't actually. I took it back home, but it just shows you how like everyone knows the Solly and how big it is around the UK.
And were you aware of the Solly? Because obviously you come from the Isle of Man, you're not from Liverpool originally, but did you know of the Solly growing up? You were fighting for Manx ABC, right?
So I used to box in the Isle of Man. I started boxing at the age of 12, and then around 15, 16, I used to come over to Liverpool for like weekends and stuff, and I'd always pop up here because I knew Eddie, and I'd be doing the normal, joining with the training session, doing the normal pads and stuff. And then it came to a point when I got to about, I think, 18, where I kind of like, the island's so small that if you want to do anything with your life, you have to kind of get off to come to the mainland. So that's what I did, and I spoke to Eddie, and they were more than happy for me to come here, and then it's kind of just went on from there.
Were you training at other gyms on the mainland beforehand, and this was one of them and you picked this one, or was this the only one you used to visit?
So this was the first one I came to, and when I came, it was just, I was welcomed by everyone. I just got on with everyone. I kind of felt like maybe it would have been clever to go to a few gyms and see everyone, but I just felt welcomed here, and I just enjoyed it, so I thought, why not just stay here? Yeah.
You got a silver in the Commonwealth Youth Games, you went to the European Youths as well. Why did you not stay amateur because you're still only 20 now, yeah. Why didn't you stay amateur for a bit longer, get a bit more international experience as a senior?
I could have done. Back in the Isle of Man, my gym where I was, it kind of broke up a bit. There was a few coaches went away, and it kind of broke up, and I just felt like I need a bit of a new buzz about me. So that was why I came over to Liverpool. And then when I was still an amateur, I was kind of finding it hard to get in the gym and then losing a bit of motivation. And I needed something new, like a new chapter. So that was my reason to turn into pro. And also, I know I'm young, but professional and amateur, like a lot of people say, it's a different game. And I've already learned that, and I need to. If I learn it now, in the future when I'm like 25, 26, I'll be like a well-seasoned pro, if you know what I mean, where instead of staying on as an amateur and then turning pro then, I'll be back to base one again, do you know what I mean? So I'm a step ahead of the internationals as an amateur, if that makes sense, do you know what I mean?
Is it difficult knowing what division you're going to be competing in once you get to championship level, because you're presumably still growing, you're 20 years old, so in 2 years you could be a completely different weight from the one you're fighting at now?
So I'm still developing, you know, my body and everything. I'm just taking it slow and just pretty much like trying to gather as much experience as I can every day. I come into the gym and every fight, it's just a big experience for me. So when I'm 26, God knows what weight I am, but
you've got quite a big frame, you've got a wide frame.
I mean, I've got my 2 brothers box as well. One's older, one younger, and even my dad's side, we've all kind of got the same genes, and we stay around the same weight, to be honest, and even when we're not in the gym. So hopefully I'll be around welterweight, maybe super welterweight, but pretty much super lightweight to welterweight to super welterweight, but I don't think I'll go much above that.
You won your debut at the end of last year, and then you got a draw last time out in March. Just tell us about the draw and what you think happened there.
Yeah, so pretty much I'm always prepared to box. I'm a boxer. I'm not a brawler. I'm not like a come in to take 1 to give 2 or take 3 to give 4. So I like to be on my feet, be on my toes, and be just a nice boxer pretty much with my movement. And the lad that I boxed wouldn't allow me to have that. He used the old rough tactics, and he got like in my face constantly, using the heads, using the elbows, throwing me to the ground, and it was one of them where I've never experienced any of that before, and it kind of, all the wrestling kind of took out of me. I took out my legs. I've never done it before, so it was a close fight. It was a draw. It was 38-38, but I still felt like I could have took it. But it's one of them, like, I've watched it back, and there's many things I could have done better, and there's many things I did do well. But like I say, straight after we're back in the gym on the Monday and working on it all again, and we've put different things into my training. So for my next fight, I'll be prepared if that ever happens again, or I'll be prepared for something else.
And do you live in Liverpool, or is it just during camp and you go back at weekends?
Yeah, I fully live here now. I moved over 2 years ago, and I've been been 3 different flats. It's my 3rd flat now, so but just moved into it. But yeah, I've lived here, and I don't think I'll go back to the Isle of Man. I mean, I like the Isle of Man. It's good in the summer and stuff, but just like I say before, if you want to do something with your life, you kind of have to get off the Isle of Man to do it. So that's what I've done.
So what's the grand plan for you boxing wise? So how long is it going to be until you're at championship level? Is it a slowly approach because you are still quite young?
Because I'm young, because my age and that, and like you say, I've not developed yet. I've not got like into my man strength or into them ages yet. But like I say, I'll just be taking it slow. My next year or 2 will be just learning years, 4-rounders, 6-rounders, and then we'll just take it from there. Probably if he came in 2 years' time and asked that question, I'd have more of an insight of where I'm going to go. But I'm aiming for like the top of the sport. I want to reach the high limits of the sport, and I don't even want to put a point on where I'm going to go. I just want to just keep on going and see where I can go.
And do you work alongside boxing? Have you got a job?
I've been looking for a job. I've pretty much been full-time training, but I have just secured a little job just in town, just selling like a little part-time job just to get a bit extra money for myself. And
what are you going to be doing?
Just selling shoes. So
in a shop?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Just opposite JD, the shoe shop it's called. So a little shout out to them.
Yeah. Get some people coming in for your autograph at the same time. On that note, just before we let you go, just tell us some of your social media handles so people can follow you and find out what you're up to.
I've got all the social medias. I've got Twitter at Matthew_Rennie, Instagram Matthew Rennie, and I've got a Facebook page, Matthew Magic Rennie. If you want to give them a follow, and just a shout out to my little sponsors as well, Melville Joinery and Rennie Roofing and Calum Raby Plastering. They all help me out big time.
Probably the shoe shop soon as well.
Yeah, and the shoe shop.
Brilliant. Well, we really appreciate it, and we look forward to watching your journey.